Hello!
We're here!
So soon.
Yeah, so soon.
Yes, back into the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Welcome to Sidewalk Slam, the podcast where we talk about wrestling storylines and narrative and storytelling in the world of WWE's main roster. Mm-hmm. I guess I should make that explicitly clear.
Yeah.
Because it looks like, some rumors, NXT might just be a third brand soon.
Oh, really?
Well, apparently there's like some sort of like big announcement coming up from NXT, and people are like, oh, because they're like showing off NXT people on Raw and SmackDown this week, and it looks like they're teasing that it's just like there's Raw and there's SmackDown and there's 205 Live and there's NXT, and they're all different things, but they can interact.
Huh.
Is how it is appearing. Rather than like NXT is the farm system where everyone has amazing storylines and then they get to Monday Night Raw and they're reduced to, oh, Aleister Black, he's moody.
I knew you were going to say something about that.
That one specifically?
Yeah.
It's just because it's the complete not his character.
Yeah.
His character is that he's emotionless.
Yeah.
Him being moody would be a real change of pace. It'd be a blinding bout of emotion. Aleister Black being moody. Can you imagine?
It's true. Throwing a temper tantrum because he didn't get his way.
All grumbly in the middle of the ring, does his little sit down. He's like,
I'm not moving until I get my match.
So, hey, what's up? Welcome back. It feels like we were just here for the Royal Rumble.
We were just here.
And that's because we were, I guess. Yeah, we're hot on the road to WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, Fastlane is now the official, like, other.
What was it before Roadblock?
That was once. There was like,
once.
Roadblock was like a one that they it was a network special that they added. That was the Dean Ambrose Triple H match that was great.
Yeah.
It used to be.
Feels like it was forever ago.
It used to be something else. It didn't used to be Fastlane. It was Elimination Chamber. Was there even another one? I think actually some years it just went Rumble, Chamber, nothing, Mania.
Yep.
But this year they're doing another one. They're doing Fastlane. But that's later. This is the Elimination Chamber. And
wait, no, there was always, it used to be, no, it wasn't. Never mind. I thought there was always a pay-per-view in between Rumble.
Can't remember.
Not always, but I mean, like, back in the day, it was only the big four.
Yeah.
Like, they only ever did Rumble, WrestleMania, Survivor Series.
It's changed every
SummerSlam.
year. So, SummerSlam, yeah. That's the big four. There we go.
That's the big four.
Beach is back on.
Beach is back.
Beach is back on tech this time, and happy to have you, Beach. So yeah, shall we just get
into it?
Get into it?
Yeah, I'm ready to talk some wrestling.
All right.
I think that this show is real good.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
TLDR.
TLDR.
It was a good show.
This show is good.
Live at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas, and brought to you by the upcoming movie on the life of superstar Paige, Fighting with My Family, starring Rock the Dwayne Johnson, and written and directed by Stephen Merchant.
I don't know who that is.
Which excites me a lot. He has done a whole bunch of stuff. He was, him and Ricky Gervais had they had that podcast for many, many years. He had a voice role in Portal 2. He was Wheatley. He has done a variety of funny things. He's a funny guy. Anyway, he's writing and directing it.
Oh.
And The Rock is in it, and it's all about...
Didn't The Rock produce it?
Yeah. Anyway, it's...
Produce it means paid for, right? Basically?
Well, no, that's executive producer.
Oh, okay.
Producer does a lot of sort of on-the-ground decisions. It varies. It can vary. Sometimes people just get a producer credit because they helped, and it's like, we're going to give this person a credit to like appease them or something. But it sounds like Rock had a lot of involvement in this. Anyway, it's Elimination Chamber 2019. Or as it's called in Germany, No Escape.
Really?
They don't like talking about chambers in Germany. It's like a no-no word.
Yep.
Yeah. Isn't that? Yeah. They're just like, no, don't say that. Don't say that exact combination of words. And WWE's like, yeah. No, we'll call it No Escape. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of firsts tonight.
Yeah.
Starting with the first match, which is the first ever women's tag team Elimination Chamber match. There has been a women's chamber match before.
Yes.
And a tag team chamber match before, but not a women's tag team match. And not only that, it is to crown the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. a title that we will find out after the show will be defended on Raw or SmackDown or NXT, which is another sort of point that people are like, oh, that's interesting. So the winners of this could maybe defend it at a takeover, for example.
Yep.
So that's kind of cool.
I think it's a good way of doing it too, because like rather than just like giving it to Raw, like so now what are the women on SmackDown? I mean, they still have the women's title, but then they don't have like this, because like every division needs these like, what's the word I'm looking for? Tertiary, like these like these other titles to chase after, because it can't always be like in the main event, right?
It can't be top tier championship or nothing, or else there's sort of like you need the MacGuffin to like drive storylines. So
man, that's all wrestling is. It's just MacGuffins, eh?
Pretty much, yeah.
Holy shit! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Hey, storytelling tropes are fine as long as they're told well.
Yeah.
So. Oh, I'm sorry. There was a kickoff show match with Buddy Murphy defending his championship, the Cruiserweight Championship against Akira Tozawa. Oh. I didn't watch it.
Nope, didn't see it. Poor Cruiserweight title, man. Always relegated to the kickoff.
Yeah. But now, so, Elimination Chamber match. Featuring the following teams. Carmella and Naomi. Team Glow, is it Glowalicious?
Glow something. It's glowing something. Glowing show.
Fabulous. I can't remember what they call
Fabulous
it.
Glow.
Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Of the Riot Squad.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, of the Riot Squad.
They're the Riot Squad.
Yes.
Yeah. To be fair, I get Liv Morgan and Mandy Rose mixed up all the time. Constantly.
We joke about this, but like, they actually, okay, Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan and Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose both teams are in this match, and they have a moment in the match where they square off. They like pose against one another in the ring, and it's like the two blonde hot ones and the two tall dark-haired like fighty ones staring each other down.
It's like the Spider-Man
like looking in the mirror. Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, at least someone on the inside acknowledges that they're alternate universe versions of the same teams.
Mm-hmm. Like one of them, the loser gets put in the Phantom Zone. Like that's isn't that the prison where Superman puts people? Yeah. They're gonna put them in the Phantom Zone.
Start flying through the air in like one flat polygon.
Yes. No.
Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, the Iconics.
God, they're so good. Graham and I just rewatched that backstage interview that after the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
It was like, did you go to journalism?
Did you go to journalism for that? You must be joking me. When your voice drops, and if you can watch Peyton Royce and the interviewer both almost completely crack up from Billie Kay.
Captain Obvious over here. Yeah, we've been eliminated. We're just studying that question. Hey, you go to journalism for that? You gotta be joking me. Cause out there.
They look like they're having a lot of fun.
Oh, they're so funny.
Yeah, they're great.
Nia Jax and Tamina, or Nia Jax and slightly smaller Nia Jax.
Yeah, it's like the Russian doll.
Yeah.
Somebody took Nia Jax and had them like, oh, it's Tamina in here. Like, we'll just use her.
What happens if we open up Tamina? Die wood. We've already got two. Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, formerly of Absolution, who were they're just sort of a team. And
I totally forgot that their group's name was Absolution.
I hope I'm right, because that's what I remember. Anyway, it was them and Paige.
You are right,
okay,
but cool. I just forgot that that's what their name.
And Sasha Banks and Bayley, a.k.a. the Boston Hug Connection.
Yep. It's like the Rock and Sock Connection.
Yeah, which was also a dumb name. I know that the Rock and Sock Connection was great. Mankind and the Rock was great.
A dumb name.
The worst part about it, everything about it was great, except the Rock and Sock Connection. Was that itself referencing something?
I don't know.
It's just a weird use of the word connection.
Yeah, that's true. Now the word connection is going to bother me.
At least it rhymed.
Yeah, this hugging,
right? Like
Boston hug.
If Bayley did a lot of like floss dancing and it was like the Boston Floss Connection, it'd be like a little better. Or like...
That's what I want, the Boston Floss Connection.
Yeah, Bayley could probably...
Do the floss?
I
can't even do it.
Get relevant with the kids.
Showing my age, right?
Why not? Well, not while you're sitting down. Nobody. I mean, not nobody.
Nobody. So basically, there wasn't much of a story heading into this one. Well, the only one was like Sasha and Bayley have been like teasing this like breakup / Sasha turning heel, which we all thought was going to happen like last year, but it never really did.
No.
And then like in the moments leading up to all the qualifying matches, because they had a bunch of qualifying matches, and
Only on Raw.
on Raw.
The SmackDown women's roster was so shallow that the
were like-
Iconics, Carmella and Naomi and Sonya
Mandy
Deville,
Rose and Sonya Deville are
Mandy Rose.
SmackDown, yeah.
They
With
were all
Universe.
Yeah, they were all just like, we're in the match, and I was like, okay,
Like, oh,
because the broad storyline is that they went, look, these titles. It was revealed in a moment of bliss on Monday Night Raw with Alexa Bliss. They went, we're introducing these titles. Fight for these titles. That's the overall storyline. But as you were saying,
there was like a mini storyline, kind of, in that like Sasha Banks kept getting like, they had tag matches and then Sasha Banks would like get hurt or they got attacked before the match, and then Bayley won like a couple of matches on her own.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like, maybe that's just long-term, maybe it's long-term story or long-term booking, but I think the breakup's coming probably this year at some point.
Yeah.
Whenever they lose the titles, I think that's going to be a big blow up, and then maybe they can reignite that former feud that they had back in NXT, because it was very good. But I think that I would really like to see more out of both characters, Bayley and Sasha, because I think that they both have, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of untapped potential.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. Those two characters specifically.
Yes.
Like Bayley, the underdog, and then Sasha, the cocky heel, kind of. Because like, when you think about it, who are the heels in the women's division? Nia Jax and Tamina?
Well,
I guess Sonya and Mandy, but like
Sonya and Mandy and Liv and Logan.
But I don't really like view them as heels. You know what I mean? Like, not like that. Like what Sasha was at one point.
Yeah,
You know?
I guess it is mostly just Nia Jax and Tamina.
Yeah.
Well, I don't actually know who didn't make what teams didn't make the cut.
Bliss and what's her name? Mickey. Are they a team?
Oh yeah, Alexa Bliss and Mickie James and Natalya and Dana Brooke and Alicia Fox and Nikki Cross were the teams.
Oh yeah, there was a backstage statement where like Dana Brooke was like trying to apologize to Natalya. She's like, I'm sorry. And then like she left. She's like, fine, be that way. And then like Natalya pulled the headphones out. And was like, what happened?
I couldn't hear you. Yeah. So, the Boston Hug Connection start the match against Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose with the other 4 teams in their respective Elimination Chamber pods. As a refresher, the way an Elimination Chamber match works is that 2 participants, or in this case teams, start in the ring inside the chamber, and then at, quote, set intervals, time not given, so that they can fudge it as need be backstage, but at set intervals that I'm sure if you looked at were wildly different.
Yeah.
One other team at random will be released from their pod, and as the name of the match implies, it's an elimination match, and the last participant or team left standing wins the match, and in this case is crowned the inaugural WWE Women's Tag Team champions. Nice belts, by the way.
I think they look great.
They look really good. They've been on a real heater with nice belt designs. The UK designs are absolutely just disgustingly nice. They're so good. And Daniel Bryan's stupid hemp and wood.
I love the hemp belt.
And
man, I think it's so good.
like driftwood bits of beach glass and
It's
stuff.
sustainable,
It's so
Graham.
funny. No, it's so good. I love it. I love it so much. So what I found very interesting about this is, of course, this is the second women's chamber match, and Sasha and Bayley and Sonya and Mandy, all 4 of them were in that match last year. They happen to be the first 4 to start in this one, the 2 teams, and they're tag teams, but it's a tornado tag rules. It's everyone's legal all the time. There's no tagging in and out. It's a no DQ match.
You know, they say it's no DQ, and then they still honor rope breaks. They did in the men's.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
I feel like deja vu. I feel like we've had this discussion
We've
before.
definitely had this conversation
Yeah.
before.
Wow.
But
Anyway,
when I was watching, I was like, why? Okay.
so
whatever.
not that I don't want to touch on things during the match, but what I found very interesting was, skip to the end, the same 4 women are the last 4 women standing in the match. The ones with Elimination Chamber experience
Yes.
I like that because
That's a good
they
point.
like to. It shouldn't really make a difference in reality, but they do like to say that on commentary. They're like, oh, they have experience in this sort of match before. You know, like the Elimination Chamber. It's really mentally taxing, and if you've been through it before, you can sort of handle it. So I just thought that was interesting that they did sort of have some payoff for that.
I mean, the best part of this match is when Nia Jax tried to charge at Bayley.
Like a video game boss.
Yeah, like exactly like a video game boss.
This was quite near the end. Yeah,
Yeah.
Nia Jax tried to charge at Bayley, and Bayley moved out of the way, and Nia just went face first into one of the pods and just got knocked unconscious.
Yeah. And then they all pinned her.
Well, everyone pinned Tamina.
That's who it was. They pinned Tamina. Yeah, they
Yeah.
did a bunch of finishers, and then it was like a yeah. It was good. I like this match. It was fun.
They should have just opened her up and pinned the next one down.
Yeah, get the weaker one.
Yeah.
Get the baby one. It's like,
Yeah.
where's the baby? It's like keep opening. What are they called again?
Matryoshka dolls.
Samoans?
No.
Matryoshka dolls.
Yes.
And you crack open the smaller doll and you take
I
out the
could've told
one
you that, yeah.
like a fawn that doesn't know how to walk yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How tragic.
Yeah.
Can I take out the one that's just an idea of a human? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is there like a base? Can we break this down to like, I pinned the idea of Adam Savadan. Yeah. Really hit him where it hurts. Yeah. So the winners,
Yeah.
who I didn't think were winning this match.
No, I didn't. I didn't think so either. After a 33-minute match. By the way, this was a very entertaining match.
Like this one a
I'm
lot.
trying to remember like pinpointing moments, but there was just so much really entertaining interaction
Yeah.
between everyone, and they were climbing up on top of the pods, and there was just lots of good near falls and teamwork and all sorts of this was a really well booked match.
Yeah.
And yeah, the winners, Sasha Banks and Bayley, which I did not expect because we thought our armchair booking for this match
Yeah.
was that some other team. I wanted it to be the Iconics. I wanted them to win.
That's who I wanted to win.
But I sort of expected it might have been Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. I wanted some other team to win, and then for Bayley and Sasha to have storyline with them leading up to WrestleMania and them to win it at WrestleMania. But with the announcement that they'll be defending these titles on all three shows, I suspect they might have a match at TakeOver.
Yep. I can see that.
So
They could squeeze an extra match because takeovers are usually now they've been slimming them down, but like 4 or 5 matches tops.
Yeah.
So like, you could probably
But the
squeeze.
takeover before Mania is probably going to be pretty big, and NXT crowds love Sasha and Bayley because their NXT matches were amazing.
Yeah, they really were.
I liked how during the match, the Iconics got a little head of steam going. No, they did actually eliminate someone, didn't they? Yes, they eliminated Naomi and Carmella.
Yes.
And then instead of keeping their momentum rolling, they posed. They just stood in the middle of the ring and did their Iconics pose, and it was
Those
was
two
really
were
funny.
so funny.
They were just everything that they were doing, like in the pod, they were like making when Nia and Tamina were making their entrance, they were like laughing at them through the Lexan, and then
there's a point where
Nia
they were like
slaps the glass, and they just go, ah!
There was a point where they were like both trapped in the pod.
Yeah, they were
and
trying to hide.
Yeah, Tamina and Nia were like drag them out, and they were like begging with each other, like don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. Yeah, they were great.
Funny, but not in a way that.
Not like goofy slapstick funny, just funny.
Yeah, they were just funny. It wasn't like a Santino Marella thing where it's like, well, yes, the Iconics are the comedy act, and they can't ever actually be truly successful. Like they eliminated a team of 2 former women's champions, no less.
Yeah,
Who coordinated everyone had very nice coordinated outfits.
yeah. That's how you know you're a team.
Yeah.
That's the only way people know you're a team. Mm-hmm. So show up to work dressed like everybody. Mm-hmm. That's what we're gonna start doing around here. Sorry, I have now instituted.
Oh no.
That we all wear matching outfits.
We have a store full of identical shirts.
That's true. We do.
Okay, that's boring. I was thinking more like spandex streamers.
Like the rockers?
Yeah. Leather jacket with like
Around
the
the
tassels.
streamer? Yeah,
I
all
love
right,
those,
cool.
man. All right.
We gotta
Like
do a
when
lot of,
Bayley
like,
wears
running
it, like
around in
this
slow
match,
motion.
like Bayley has her jacket. It has like the tassels on it. If I was a wrestler, I'd have a jacket like that. Because when you spin, it looks like it's very fancy.
You look twice as large and it intimidates your opponents.
Yeah. It's like a quail. Like the wrestling quail. That'll be my wrestling name. The world's biggest quail.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a picture you've put in my mind.
Yeah.
Son of
I
gobbledygooker.
painted,
Yeah.
I painted a picture with my words.
Yeah, you're here to avenge your dad, the gobbledygooker.
My dad.
Yeah.
You killed my dad.
Remember this shirt, Hogan? Hey, get that tangent graphic up, Ben. There was, when they introduced the Big Show originally in WCW,
Yep.
he was introduced as just the Giant. And they basically were positioning him as the son of Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
And so,
Without directly saying it.
yeah. And so there's a bit where he like pulls up in a car and like knocks over Hogan's motorbike or something and has like a white shirt, just like a white dress shirt. And he's like, remember this shirt, Hogan? This is the shirt that my dad wore when you did something or other. And it's like, mate, it's just a white shirt.
Yeah.
It's just, what are you trying to say? And yeah, then it just sort of,
I
it's
love
very strange.
I love that era of WCW is my favorite.
Go, if you
Because
haven't
it sucked.
If you haven't had an opportunity to check out OSW Review, go watch the OSW. This was the first episode I watched, and it's a great introduction because it's not in the middle of one of their storylines that they cover. Halloween Havoc. I think it's 98 that they do. And the Giant, the Big Show, is in that. And it's just a mess. And it's...
It's not as late as 98, because 98 was during NWO days.
Okay, well,
It would have been like 95 or something.
this might be 97 then. This was like just before.
Yeah, it was just before that, because it was
NWO.
Dungeon of
They
Doom
were-
stuff, right?
Yeah, it's Dungeon of Doom, yeah.
The Dungeon of Doom.
Anyway,
is
it's the only
awful.
Halloween Havoc episode OSW Review is done, but it's, boy, it's really funny. Heads up, they're Irish, so they use the C word a lot because it's like, it has different connotations in Ireland, or at least it like isn't as bad of a word. So just so don't get surprised by that. Yeah. So
Anyway,
Sasha
what were we
Banks,
talking about?
Sasha Banks and Bayley,
Yes.
inaugural WWE Women's Tag Team Championship champions. They are very emotional, and they cut a promo in the ring. This isn't just for them. This is for all of the fans.
Yeah.
And everybody in the back in the women's division. And really excited. You deserve it, chance all around. All good. Speaking of tag teams, The Miz and Shane McMahon
Yep.
defend against the Usos.
How good are the Usos? I never thought I'd say that, and I say that every time we talk about them on the show, but man, love me. Ever since they changed from the goofy,
They're just here to have fun.
yeah,
They're here to have fun, Michael.
they're playing hard in the paint.
Yep.
That, I've heard,
What?
is a basketball reference.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you imagine?
I just learned something.
But now, these are the Usos that played that hardball. I love these Usos. Except for the penitentiary thing, but the thing I love about the penitentiary thing is when they make the slamming gate noise.
Obviously I don't like that, but that's
I love that. That's the kind of goofy shit that I want to see. Remember when they had the graphics? Remember when they were playing with that stuff?
that was a
Whew, like every promo had like the Snapchat filters with like emojis on them and stuff. When SmackDown was doing that for a while.
that was real bad.
WWE champion AJ Styles cutting a promo with like a sad face emoji shows up on it. It's like, what the fuck is this? It was bizarre.
The Miz comes out first, which is a little weird. Don't champions usually come out second? Well, not always because WWE. But the point is, Miz comes out.
Hey, we explained that. Somebody said,
Yeah, the champions get to choose.
Yeah.
And obviously,
That's canon now.
Obviously, Miz wanted to come out first because he wanted to dedicate this match to the people who believed in him and his dad and his wife, Maurice. By God, that's Maurice's music. Maurice is here. I haven't heard Maurice's music in forever because usually she comes out to Miz's music, which people desperately try to say awesome along with, but the timing never works. It's like the video of the guy trying to do the like smoke weed every day
yeah.
with that pause.
Yeah.
Because there's like all the Hollywood preamble, like please have quiet on the set, and then all the camera flashes, and then it's just silent. And then you hear people in the audience go, awesome, and then it kicks, awesome, and they're like, oh, we were early. Maurice comes out,
Yep.
and he dedicates the match not only to Maurice, but to their daughter, Monroe Sky, and says that they have a special announcement, which I was like, oh, okay, so they're having another kid. They're having another kid. Good,
Congratulations.
Good for them. That's a very Miz thing to do, to be like, hey, everybody, I know we have a pay-per-view going on, but I'm about to have another kid. He made some sort of joke about, I think like a couple people in the crowd were giving him a "you still got it" chant or something.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, provably, or something. Like he was like, apparently I do.
Yeah.
And then Shane comes out and they all have a good dance, and then they go down to the ring, and then the Usos come down to the ring as well, and they play a little video package of sort of the leading up to it. Basically what happened was there was a SmackDown, so Miz and Shane won the titles at the Rumble, and on the following SmackDown, the Usos defeated the Bar, the New Day, and Heavy Machinery in a 4-corner tag team elimination match to earn this title shot.
Yep.
Heavy Machinery, by the way, recent NXT call-ups. They're big lads. The New
Also
Day.
very funny.
Yeah.
Very entertaining.
The New
Especially
Day
the other
and the
guy,
Bar,
Djokovic or Jokovic or whatever his name is.
Dozovic.
Dozovic? Yeah.
Otis Dozovic and Tucker Knight.
Yeah.
Soon to be Otis and Tucker, I assume.
Yeah, they'll cut that shit out. Yeah, that'll be just Otis and
Vince
Tucker.
hates last names.
Yeah. For some reason, I was going to be like, I just pictured Otis and Tucker, but just a mock-up of, what's the name of that movie with the cat and the
Milo
dog?
and Otis.
Yeah, Milo and Otis. Yes! Beat you exactly what I was talking about.
I was there like 10 seconds before you were already talking.
Wow.
You were like a little baby. Your brain moves at a 3rd grade level. Adam Savadan. It's basically what you just said. So anyway, what were we talking about? Shane and Miz.
The match gets underway. What's the 0-2
Shane jumping on the table?
attempted coast to coast?
Oh,
Because
it's pretty quick.
even whoever was on commentary was like, already?
Yeah.
It's like, you're not supposed to acknowledge that move usually happens later in the match.
Yeah.
Because Miz sets up one of the Usos in the corner and is like, come on, do it. And Shane's like, all right, and starts going up for the coast to coast. And one of the commentators is like, what, already?
So is the end game of this storyline, Shane's got to turn on Miz, right? Like, it has to happen.
That Shane is the one to turn on?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's such a, like, because Miz is not turning on Shane. He's not. Because
Even though that's what you would expect.
because that's what we expect.
Yeah, because it's the Miz.
It's a swerve, bro. So basically, and on SmackDown last night,
yeah.
which I stayed up way too late watching, Miz and Shane.
For reference, he's talking about the SmackDown immediately following Elimination
Yes,
Chamber.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
Miz and Shane, or Miz was basically like, Shane, you can just make the title match. You know?
They lose this match.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's sort of relevant to what Adam's
irrelevant
about
to
to
what
say.
I'm saying. But Miz is just like, you can make this match.
Yeah.
Or give us a rematch. And the Usos come out and they're like, you don't deserve it, blah, blah, blah. And then Shane makes the match.
Because it's like, Shane, you're the general manager. You're a McMahon. You can just do this. And Shane's like, oh yeah.
And then Miz reveals that, because Fastlane is in Miz's hometown.
Oh, right.
And Miz said, oh, my dad's going to be there, ringside.
Yeah.
It's like the writing's on the wall.
So Shane turns on Miz at Fastlane.
Yeah. They have a match at WrestleMania.
Grudge match at WrestleMania. That's Shane's Mania match. Is Shane versus the Miz.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And it also puts into motion, I guess, having a big bad guy GM on SmackDown, which I think they've wanted for a while.
I'm impressed that slow rolled it.
Yeah.
If indeed that's where it goes, because that makes a lot of sense.
I'd be okay with like an older, evil Shane McMahon.
Yeah, that's fair. I thought overall, by the way, this match had the sort of, in terms of the in-ring storytelling, it definitely had a lot of, oh, the Usos are way better at working as a team. Mm-hmm. Like, not that the Miz and Shane aren't good at working as a team now. You know, they've improved steadily over the course of the storyline. But it's also like, oh, wait, the Usos have been doing this since they were kids.
Yeah.
They're just much better and cleaner at working together to, you know, to like cut people off from outside the ring and make sure that you know, tags don't happen and things like that.
They're twins, Graham. If you ask them if they like ice cream, they both say yes. So obviously they'd be the better team.
That's true.
Yeah.
But Shane can jump
Real far.
onto the commentary table. Miz lays out Jay Uso on the commentary table, and Shane jumps from the top of the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
But it's not enough.
No.
It's not enough.
And that basically takes Shane out of the match. So Miz is on his own.
You know the only thing
Typical Shane McMahon.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like about the ending of this match, actually, I had no problem with the Usos winning. This was the worst. This was the least effective I've ever seen the skull-crushing finale be.
Yeah. I felt the same thing. I was like, oh, okay.
Because we've talked before about the concept of a protected finisher.
Yeah.
Which is I don't know why it's called that, but it's like protected from criticism or whatever. But it's the idea of a finisher being protected, meaning that unless the stakes are very high, or unless it's been a knockdown, drag-out match, if the finisher connects, it's successful.
Yeah.
Examples, Dean Ambrose's Dirty Deeds. You know, he doesn't always get the Dirty Deeds, but if he gets it, it's over.
it.
Right?
What about, what was it?
The Cobra?
The Cobra was protected as shit,
Most
man.
protected finisher ever.
Yeah,
since
no one's
Tina
ever
Merle's
kicked out of it,
Cobra.
right? Isn't that?
Cobra, ka-cha.
Yeah.
Yeah. But an example that I always went to was the Miz's Skull Crushing finale, which is that if you hit it, not to say nobody's ever kicked out of the Skull Crushing finale, but this was like
success rate is very
finale
high.
1-2 kick out pin Miz 1-2-3 match is over, and I was like, oh, but that's his finisher's usually better than that.
I always find it weird when people get pinned with like a fucking backslide or some shit. Because it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, just kick out. Like a small package, just fucking move. You know what I mean? Like, it just always, I can't suspend my disbelief for like shit like that. It's like, I get holding the tights because it's like, it's like cheating. But like a small package is just like, I don't know, just fucking wiggle a little bit. Like, put some effort in it. Like, how bad do you want to win? Like,
you were bringing me back to being 10 years old all over again with a small package, Adam. Because I could never buy it.
It's just like, what the fuck? Like, a backslide's even worse. Backslide's just like, you lay there. There's nothing holding you down. You just roll over. It drives me nuts, man.
I agree with you.
Yeah. But it's wrestling, so none of it makes sense. I don't know why I'm complaining, but for the sake of complaining, I guess.
We go backstage for an interview with more Matryoshka dolls. This time it's Bobby Lashley and his son, Leo Rush, where they ask Leo Rush about being the weak link in this match.
What if they did an intergender Survivor Series match and Bobby Lashley and Leo Rush and Nia Jax and Tamina were on a team and they were the Matryoshka dolls? That'd be so good. Oh my God.
Don't pin me or my son ever again. So yeah, they ask Leo Rush about being the weak. They asked them both about Leo being the weak link in this match, and I did not know this match, and I was like, I'm sorry, in the match?
Yeah.
Leo Rush is in the match.
Yeah.
What is this match?
Because they wanted Bobby Lashley to lose, and the best way for him to lose is to not be pinned.
Yeah. So basically,
but if you want the real reason,
yeah, this backstage segment is their basic. So the match is Bobby Lashley is defending the Intercontinental title against Finn Balor.
And Bobby, leading up to this, Finn had been trying to get matches with Bobby, and Bobby says Finn isn't worthy of the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
And then Finn beat Leo like a couple times leading up to this to get the match, kind of thing.
Because he came out after the Rumble and talked about the match against Lesnar, and then Lashley came out and started sort of haranguing him, and Finn was like, well, let's fight about it. And Lashley was like,
how boring is Bobby Lashley?
Pretty boring.
Right?
And he was like, no, but you can fight my little hype man.
Yeah.
Leo Rush used to be on 205 Live and then started cutting sweet promos on Instagram, and someone showed Vince. It was like, hey, look, this guy can talk real good. And Vince said, well, actually, yeah, there you go.
Get him on the main roster. He's so little.
And so then
can't take him seriously. He's like a leprechaun.
He became Bobby. Sounds like Vince. He became Bobby Lashley's hype man because, I mean, Lashley's not that.
And then he'll fight Hornswoggle.
Not that entertaining. You'd imagine, right? Yeah.
If this was like '98,
oh yeah,
hell yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so they put this match together, but it's a handicap match, which means if Finn pins Bobby Lashley or Leo Rush, he becomes Intercontinental Champion.
Yep.
Obviously, if Bobby Finn pins Finn Balor, he retains his title. If Leo pins Finn, does Bobby retain his title?
Bobby retains.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember
That's weird.
there was an old triple threat match back in like 2001, 2000, and it was Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, and Chris Jericho.
Okay.
And it was Kurt Angle at the time was the European and Intercontinental Champion.
Oh.
And the first pin, it was a triple threat match, and the first pinfall, the winner got the European title, and the second pinfall, the person got the Intercontinental title.
Oh, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
How'd that shake out?
It was fine. I think
Did they go to two different people that weren't Kurt
Benoit
Angle?
won the European title, I think, or Jericho won the European. It went Jericho got one, Benoit got the other, and Kurt Angle didn't get pinned for either one.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
They could just do that, couldn't they? Couldn't they just be like, hey,
Yeah.
Benoit,
Small package,
Jericho,
brother.
just quick, pin me.
Backslide, brother. Bing, bang, boom, hit me with your finish, backslide.
So they say backstage,
Yeah.
they're like, hey, are you worried that like if Balor pins Leo Rush, then Bobby loses his title? And they're like, no, we'll be fine. And that's exactly what happens. Because they have Finn in a good spot where they want him, and Leo's like, no, I got him. Tag me in, coach. And he does, and it doesn't go well. And then Balor pins Leo Rush and wins the title.
Well, I mean, they really put over on commentary very hard about how like Leo Rush is definitely the weaker link of this team.
Yeah, because he looks like literally half the size.
Well, I mean, everyone looks half the size of Bobby Lashley.
Well, true.
He is a big man.
Yeah, it's not. By the way, not that Leo's not a wrestler. He's
a
a
very
wrestler.
good
He was on 205 Live, and he's very good.
Yeah.
But anyone looks tiny. Well, not anyone. There's people like Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar or something. The point is, Bobby Lashley's very large, and the footage backstage of this interview was really silly.
Yeah. So Finn Balor wins his first singles title since the Universal title,
Oh, wow.
which he held for a day.
Yeah, you're right.
So Finn has a belt, which is nice.
Yep.
So hopefully the Intercontinental title for this year will do for Finn what it did for Seth Rollins last year.
That'd be good.
That'll be good. Finn, I
And-
think Finn has been always good, but never given us much of a reason other than just like Balor Club. And they've been very hesitant about the demon thing,
Yeah,
right?
which is a surprising amount of restraint.
Yeah, which is crazy. Maybe they don't like it. I don't know. I don't know what the reason is. You know what I mean? Maybe Vince doesn't like it because it's true. It might be the thing that he's like, nah, I don't like it.
Maybe.
But I'm surprised because
hope they
just
slow
because of
roll
how marketable it is.
Yeah.
And it's like kids fucking love it. And I like it. I think it's sweet. But it's also a thing where like in wrestling, they are so hesitant about if they're doing it correctly, like overdoing something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's supposed to be like an Undertaker kind of thing now.
Yeah.
Where the
I hope
demon
that's
shows
what
up.
I hope that's the sort of the.
I mean, he still hasn't lost as the demon. Every time he's been the demon, he's won.
Is that true?
Pretty sure. Yeah. He's never lost
All right.
as La Demon. La Problema.
After the match, also unsurprisingly, Bobby Lashley attacks and beats the crap out of Leo Rush.
Yeah, but they were together the next night on Raw.
So he was just blowing off steam,
Yeah,
I guess.
he was just being a big bully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like Lashley.
Yeah.
Fair
big,
enough.
boring bully.
Big boring bully.
It's like Bobby Lashley and Apollo Crews.
Oh yeah.
In
a blandest ever match.
yeah.
A personality on a pole match.
Yeah. A plain yogurt match. Doesn't taste like fucking anything.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just two big dudes who can move real fast.
My favorite thing I saw with Finn Balor recently, by the way, was a backstage segment with Becky Lynch, which leads us neatly.
Oh yeah, she's like nice abs, by the way.
Yeah. So after the Rumble, after Becky Lynch wins the Rumble, it looks like literally the main event of WrestleMania, like the last match on the card. It looks like will be Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey,
Which I still think it will be.
which excites a lot of people, and to me it just makes sense, right? It's like also you've got Ronda Rousey, who's the biggest like sort of mainstream.
She's a big name.
Mainstream draw.
Yeah.
So the following night, Becky's still with her leg all in a boot and a like knee suspension thing because of the ridiculous injury from the Royal Rumble. There's an altercation with what actually happens immediately after the Rumble. She just attacks Charlotte, or
Oh, she immediately after the Rumble?
Triple H and Steph talk to her.
Steph talks to her first.
Right.
And then she attacks Stephanie.
Yeah.
And then the next night on SmackDown, Triple H comes out and she's like, you have to apologize or whatever. Or they start talking. They don't say that you have to apologize, but they start talking. Becky ends up slapping Triple H.
Right. Why did she attack Stephanie in the first place?
Stephanie said something stupid.
That's what I
Like,
thought.
"You're just
I was just
afraid of her."
wondering if there was
She
something
provoked her.
specific.
I can't remember what exactly the line was, but
Sounds like something Steph would do.
and then Steph and Triple H confront Becky and like, you have to apologize. And then there's like this big rigmarole on Raw about like Ronda's like, you have to apologize because we owe the fans this match kind of thing. Playing that like white meat baby face.
Yeah,
Like,
Ronda's got some shaky delivery on some of her promos,
It's
but
so
some
hard,
of it
though. I
when
can't
she
blame her
like
for it.
cuts loose and just gets mad at Becky, it actually works really well.
Yeah.
And so yeah, there's this ongoing thing over the course of the episode of Raw of like, will Becky apologize, sort of thing, and then yeah, she and Finn who trained her initially, have this sort of backstage. Their accents just turn up when you get the two Irish people talking. Their accents just crank.
Yeah.
And you know, he's like something about how pride can destroy you if you let it or whatever. So like, don't, you know, just basically don't let your pride stop you from getting this opportunity, sort of thing. And then he walks away, and Becky's like, "Thank you. Your abs still look great, by the way."
it's so good.
It's just this random throwaway at the end of the thing. And eventually, at the end of the show, Becky's like, "Okay, you know, like that's it. I apologize, and that's it." And Triple H and Steph are like, "Yeah, that's it." And she's like, "There's a lot of humming and hawing, and the crowd doesn't want her to apologize, obviously, and you know, but they still want the match." And then eventually, she's like, "All right, fine. You know what? I'm sorry. That's it." And they're like, "Yep, that's it." She's like, "I still have my Mania match against Ronda Rousey?" And they're like, "Absolutely, wouldn't have it any other way." And she's like, "Okay." And then they leave, and she's like, "All right, hey, we did it."
They did it.
And then Vince comes out
Yeah, this is weird.
and is like, "Well, your apology might be good enough for them, but it's not good enough for me. The main event of WrestleMania needs better, needs more name recognition. You know what? You're out. You're suspended until No, he says specifically, you're suspended for 60 days.
And that
which,
takes you 5 days
days.
past WrestleMania. It's like,
so we need to put someone else in there. You know what? I say Charlotte Flair.
yeah. Off the top of my head, Charlotte Flair.
Yeah. Which everyone's like, what the
I
crap?
did love the sign where he's like, "You're not the man, I'm the man."
Yeah.
It's like, Vince still got it.
Because he's Vince, right?
He did this weird thing too, like when he's cutting that promo, he kept pulling the microphone away from his mouth.
Yeah.
It's like, Vince, come on, man. God, give your head a shake.
Get him on the mic.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Eat it.
it's now going to be, again, card subject to change. This is all storyline, right? Like Becky's leg isn't really injured. She's not actually suspended. But the point is, she's now suspended. And she's still healing from this injury. And now she's just not in the match at all. And it's going to be Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte at WrestleMania.
Dude, I love seeing people that are like, why would they take this opportunity away from Becky? It's like, just let them tell the fucking story. Let them tell the story. That's why we watch it.
Now, the supposition is
Yeah.
that it's going to end up as a triple threat.
Yeah, it'll be a triple threat for her.
I wish it was just a singles match.
I wish too, but you know what? I think Charlotte deserves just as much to be there.
Yeah, that's
as
fair,
Becky
but
does.
Charlotte's had that moment.
Yeah.
You know,
Becky should win.
I wish I'd brought this up in the last episode, but the Royal Rumble video package that they played the WrestleMania video package they played during the Royal Rumble, midway through the show, after Becky had won the Women's Rumble, it showed a whole bunch of clips it was just this montage of like WrestleMania footage, right? And there's all these shots of all the main event superstars in their sort of at WrestleMania stages. And then there's this shot of Becky that's like really obviously not WrestleMania because they don't have good footage of Becky from a WrestleMania moment. Oh, yeah.
There's a reason this whole The Man character came around because of stuff like this.
Yeah. So then there's a big like Becky chant for her. She ends up over the course of the next several weeks. She shows up, even though she's suspended. She shows up on SmackDown, I want to say.
Beats the shit out of Charlotte.
And you're right.
With crutches.
Beats the crap out of Charlotte. No, not the crutches.
No, that
that's
was this week.
That's
right?
tonight. Spoilers.
Oh yeah, that was last or Monday night. this week. Was it this week? She beat the shit out of both of them.
I'm sure she showed up one
because Charlotte had bruises. Yeah, last night on SmackDown, Charlotte had a bruise on her arm, and it was just like.
Well, that's from this. So what happened? So this match is for the Raw Women's
on this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why am I,
this match is for
all blurs together.
Is for the Raw Women's Championship.
Yeah.
And it's Ronda Rousey defending against Ruby Riott.
Yep.
Try saying Ronda Rousey defends against Ruby Riott 10 times fast.
Yeah, try it, you coward.
Yeah, don't. But you can't. Ha.
Yeah, you can't do it.
So it's like, why this? Well, Ronda basically opened up an open challenge on Raw, and the entire Riot Squad showed up, and she
pummeled them all.
beat Liv Morgan, and then beat Sarah Logan, and then Ruby Riott was like, "No, my children, come backstage with me," and they were like, "Well, why didn't you fight her?" And she's like, "Oh, I was just protecting them. I'll fight Ronda anytime, anywhere." And they're like, "All right, cool. Well, Elimination Chamber, you guys have a match." And I was like, "Oh, all right, cool." And so Charlotte comes out because she's watching the match because it's like, "Oh, I'm going to be fighting one of these people at WrestleMania." So she's just sort of sitting at ringside. And I wasn't expecting it, but this was a squash.
Yep.
Ruby Riott did not really get any offense, which was disappointing to me. I kind of wanted to see her actually get to do stuff, but this was just beating the tar out of Ruby Riott.
They had a rematch on Raw next night, and she got more offense.
Oh, that's good, because this match was a minute 40. Yeah, that is a squash match.
Yep, that's the very definition of a squash match.
Yeah.
You look up squash match in the dictionary. It's got a picture of this.
It's got a picture of this. So after that, after the match, who should come hobbling through the crowd but Becky Lynch on crutches in cycle leathers?
Yeah.
Good look. Gets her way into the ring and then just starts beating the crap out of Charlotte with crutches. And then when she's finished with that, starts beating the crap out of Ronda Rousey with crutches. Charlotte gets a huge bruise on her arm. Ronda's head gets gashed open. Like, they're not effing around. And, she just beats the crap out of them with crutches and leaves.
Go Becky.
Yeah. The crowd, by the way, is loving this. So, yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yep.
At this point, it kind of has to be a triple threat, but...
It has to be. That's the story they're telling.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like,
it is.
Sucks.
It
like,
is.
Trust me, I understand. Like, I would much rather it be Ronda versus Becky.
I think there was enough there for this story to continue without having to make Charlotte part of it. But
it's like, what are you going to do with Charlotte?
As long as Becky wins, that will be a satisfying conclusion to this storyline.
Like, you can't. The thing is if you don't put Charlotte in this match, what do you do with her? She's too big of a name to just be thrown into like a battle royal, right? Mm-hmm. I guess she could fight Asuka again, but we've seen that already. Mm. What's Asuka gonna do? Asuka just lost to Mandy Rose this week on SmackDown. Not the title, just non-title.
Yeah.
But Lacey Evans came out. It was real weird.
Oh yeah, have we got to that part of tonight yet?
The part where Lacey Evans comes out?
Yeah.
And walks around?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I don't think that's happened
yet. But she did that exact same thing.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's after the next match. So
okay. So anyway, we're gonna we should get through this show.
Yeah. The next match is a no disqualification match.
Yep.
Between Big Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman.
Fucking big yawn to this one.
Because
I'm usually trying to be super positive, but I'm not feeling the Braun Strowman these days.
This storyline has been also moving at the pace of these wrestlers.
Yep.
Like, it's been slow going. You remember the last episode? I talked about how several weeks prior they had that amazing 3-minute like backstage no-cut shot of Strowman chasing Baron Corbin around. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is because of that. Like, Corbin did stuff back when Corbin was still an authority on Raw, did stuff to piss off Strowman, so Strowman was mad at him, and then they've just been sort of like butting heads ever since then, and then it all led up to this point.
Baron Corbin also hit Braun Strowman with the title belt when he fought Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel.
Yes.
Which caused...
That's what it was. That's what upset.
That was the big catalyst.
That was the catalyst, and then Corbin's just been irritating Strowman ever since then.
Yeah. Big yawn, man. I like both of them enough. I've never been like the biggest Braun Strowman fan. I don't know. It's just a big dude.
I love when he's being cartoony. I love when he's like flipping cars and stuff. That's when Braun Strowman's the best. When he's just this otherworldly creature.
Yeah. But
know?
now that's like going away.
I also miss-
Remember when they threw him in a trash compactor and he fucking lived?
Yeah, that was amazing.
It's like, that's the wrestling I want to see.
I also miss Baron Corbin's cool entrance with like all the ink all coming down. Now it's much more generic now.
But now it looks like he's taking off his dress shirt to reveal another dress shirt underneath.
That's still funny.
Yeah, that will forever be funny to me.
Yeah.
This match was okay. Like, basically, Baron Corbin being the chicken shit heel
Yeah.
can't win this match on his own. So Drew McIntyre shows up, Bobby Lashley shows up.
Yeah,
There are three homeboys.
I didn't realize that they had previously, because again, as a reminder from last episode, we went through a lull of not watching a lot of wrestling. I didn't realize that like McIntyre, Lashley, and Corbin had previously been a stable of sorts.
They're like stable adjacent.
Kinda.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Drew McIntyre comes out and I'm like, oh, that's weird. And then Bobby Lashley comes out and I was like, oh, I guess that's why you had to lose the title earlier so that you could be part of this storyline. That's strange.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, they just
And then they just beat the shit out of Braun.
beat him up with chairs and
Give him a shield triple powerbomb through two
literally the
tables.
same thing. They put him up on Corbin like he's Roman Reigns and then powerbomb him through the...
No, they did it on Lashley.
Oh, on Lashley, right, of
Because
course.
Lashley's the big boy.
Yeah, Lashley powerbombed
I mean, they're all
him
big
to-
boys. Come on, let's be honest here.
Powerbombed him through 2 tables.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Corbin wins. Hooray! And then the next night on Raw, Strowman and Corbin had a tables match. And Braun won it.
That doesn't surprise me.
Nope.
All right.
Good riddance. I'm tired of seeing this matchup.
Fair.
Tired of the storyline. If I'm going to be negative once, this is it. Get rid of the storyline. Give me Braun Strowman. Get him to flip MetLife Stadium or some shit. I don't know. Something. I need something. Isn't that where WrestleMania is?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Backstage, Shane is getting iced in,
Oh, yeah.
in the medical room, and Miz is he's fired up. Miz is mad that they lost.
Yeah.
Not at Shane. He's just like, he's angry. He's like, I dedicated that match to so many people and we lost and it's not okay. And Shane's like, it's fine. Will you please calm down? I'm in a lot of pain. Please calm down. And Miz is like, no, it's not okay. And then Shane eventually is like, go home.
Yeah.
Go home, cool off. I'll see you on Tuesday. Let me be in pain.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah. And then, yeah, like we said, Lacey Evans, the one who we mentioned at the Rumble, dresses like the pinup art on the nose cone of a World War.
Her finisher is called the Women's Right.
Era.
I saw it on the YouTube
Yeah.
comments. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good name for a finisher.
On the nose cone of a World War era bomber.
Yep.
She walks out, turns around, and leaves.
Yep. That's weird.
That is it.
Emoji, shrug emoji. I don't know.
I was very confused.
Yep. I don't know what that's supposed to be doing.
I don't know. So part of what happened with that Asuka Mandy Rose match that you mentioned is they were fighting. Lacey Evans' music hits. She starts walking down to the ring. Sonya Deville's like, "Get back there!" Lacey Evans turns around, walks backstage, and Asuka's like, "What's going on?" They get hit from behind by Mandy Rose. That's not what ends the match. They keep fighting after.
Yeah,
that.
they kept fighting afterwards, which is
But
weird.
it's the whole thing.
I
is
just don't
very
understand.
strange.
I wish I knew what the goal was. You know, just to get her out there. It's like a new weird millennial version of a vignette. Like, is it art and we just don't understand it? You know what I mean? Like, is it just like?
Is this a promo?
You know, maybe it's some weird thing that we just don't. Our fucking tiny wrestling fan brains can't understand.
Just need to wait and let them tell the story.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess I should listen to my own fucking advice, shouldn't I, Beach? How about you shut the fuck up, Adam, and let them tell their fucking story?
Oh boy.
I even get told shut the fuck up on my own show.
Your main event
Yeah, we made it.
of the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view.
Yeah.
The Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship. Daniel Bryan defending against Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, and Mustafa Ali, asterisk, Kofi Kingston actually.
Yes.
Mustafa Ali was supposed to be in the match. He's even on the poster. Super bummer for him because he's been doing amazing work on SmackDown.
He's been
We-
great since he's been called up.
We
man.
talked about him in the Rumble, how he got like a lot of really impressive eliminations. Unfortunately, he got injured. He was not medically cleared, and so they had to replace him with Kofi Kingston. So that sucks for him, and I feel bad for Mustafa Ali, and I hope that he gets to sort of rebuild some of that momentum when he gets cleared.
The shitty thing about wrestling is like his career, like, it just sucks to say that his career might not be the same.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean? Like, you get injured once and you miss an opportunity like this, and it's like...
When you got a head of steam rolling,
Yeah.
you know?
And then all of a sudden, it's like... I mean, we got all the stuff, which we'll talk about,
Yeah.
that was the result of this match and the next night and everything that's happened, even leading up to it. But man, you can't help but feel for the guy.
Yeah.
What a hard business to be a part of, right? Like, just for your career. You imagine, like, you came here. What if I came here and I was like, I got a concussion, and Graham's like, well, you're never working with us again. Like, it's just like, sorry. You know what I mean? Like, you missed your shot, someone else gets your show, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking wild.
Yeah. It's
wild.
Because it's like, well, we have to do the thing, so we got to give someone else the spot, and then when you come back, maybe there isn't a
There's not the same spot. You're not
place in
gonna...
storyline for it to work. You know, your momentum has
Oof.
quieted down.
Fuck that. I
rough.
would not be able to handle it.
That's super rough.
Mentally. This business would kill me.
So I really hope that Mustafa Ali is able to heal up, come back, and keep. I hope that creative keeps pushing him with the same momentum that they were before.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Got to build new stars, man.
That said, holy moly, I'm in love with the storyline that has happened since then. It's just about as feel good as anything you could have in WWE. I guess short of Becky Lynch's current storyline.
Yeah, two of them. They're both on SmackDown.
So good.
Well, technically she's Raw.
So they replaced Mustafa Ali in the Elimination Chamber match with Kofi Kingston. Maybe a weird choice if you've only know Kofi Kingston from his time in the New Day. Maybe not a weird choice even if you only know that. But as he will say in promos throughout this, he's been around for 11 years.
Yeah.
And in fact, and I know that we've talked about this before, had a main title feud. He never won the title, but a feud with Randy Orton, which was really good. This is back when he dropped the accent, because when he debuted, he's Kofi Kingston. He's from Jamaica. He talks like this, man. And then eventually they were like, he was like, can I be billed from where I'm from, which is not Jamaica? And they were, and can I not do the accent? And they've made a couple jokes about it since then, like even at the time, someone was like, didn't you have an accent? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. So Kofi Kingston's in the match. And it's like, oh, cool. Well, that'll be fun. He'll add some, in recent years, he's been the guy that does fun things at the Rumble, right? So it's like, okay, he'll jump off a pod or something, or, do something
that's like
cool.
kind of like hurt, I think, not hurt him, but just made a lot of people complacent, like
I think
viewers,
so.
just being like, oh, it's just Kofi. He does the goofy shit at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, exactly.
Move on with our lives. Pancakes, pancakes, pancakes. Power positivity.
New Day?
New
Yeah.
Day, yeah.
So, not that I don't love the New Day, but
Like the New Day just fine, yeah. But I think that for a lot of people that watch wrestling, that's how we view Kofi.
yeah.
Me included. I was like, oh, it's just Kofi just does the thing at the Royal Rumble and that's it.
On the SmackDown leading up to the Elimination Chamber, they had a gauntlet match or a scramble match?
It was a gauntlet match.
Gauntlet match. So it was a gauntlet match of the participants in the Elimination Chamber. So two of them start in the ring, and then when one of them loses, they leave and gets replaced with somebody else. And then that continues, and one of them loses and gets replaced with the next person down the line.
Yep.
And that was for that gauntlet match was for last position in the chamber. Basically, it was if you won the gauntlet match, you would not only start the Elimination Chamber match in a pod, but your pod would guaranteed open last. So you'd be the most fresh participant. And by God, Kofi Kingston wrestled for an hour on SmackDown that week, eliminating Daniel Bryan
And Samoa Joe.
and Samoa Joe.
And I think Jeff Harvey.
And I think Jeff Hardy.
And then AJ eliminated him. I'm pretty sure. Trying to remember correctly, but I think that's what happened.
Yeah. And then Orton eventually won the match, so his pod will open last. But people were blown away. Like, not only was he wrestling for an hour, he was going hard and doing very well for an hour and eliminating these people,
Big names.
these other world champions. Samoa Joe hasn't held the title in WWE yet, but
He will.
He will, and he did whether or not WWE recognizes it, the TNA Impact Championship was still a world title. I mean, they've said like former world champion, just not ours, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, like, you should watch it if you have an hour. I mean, the whole match is longer than an hour, but like he got a standing ovation from the SmackDown crowd after he got eliminated.
Yep.
It was really impressive. And so then people started paying attention, is the point. You know, there was a groundswell of support. I mean, Xavier Woods has always said, in and out of character, that it's like, just because we're the New Day doesn't mean one of us can't have a singles title. Also, he's basically said that the mission for him and Big E is to get Kofi the title.
Yeah.
They're like, he deserves it, he can do it, he's good enough, he's been around for long enough. There's no reason for Kofi not to have a main title run.
Yeah.
And so their goal is like Big E and Woods as tag champs and Kofi as the world champ. That's that's the New Day's platform.
Yeah.
Vote now on your phones. And so, hashtag Kofi Mania starts.
Yeah.
So, starts going. And boy, this is such an entertaining match.
I loved this match from top to bottom. Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan start the match.
Daniel Bryan, by the way, whose Titantron video now just has a big recycling
Oh,
symbol.
it's so good, dude. I love it so much. Yeah.
He's the new Daniel Bryan. He's the mean green machine.
Yeah. Daniel Bryan and Samoa Joe beat the ever-loving piss out of each other
Oh
to
my
start
God.
this match. It was fucking awesome.
You want to see two men bleed from their chests just from getting...
I love Samoa
Chopped.
Joe so much. The more I watch him, the more I'm like, I believe every single thing this man is doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I've watched a match involving Samoa Joe with people who don't watch wrestling, they always see him and they're like, okay. And then he starts moving in the way that only Samoa Joe can move. And they're like, holy, what the...
Yeah.
How is that man moving this way?
My favorite thing ever is the Samoa Joe when he does the charge into the corner and then turns around and does the Pele kick. When he when he moves out of the way of someone diving at him.
Yeah.
When he just nonchalantly walks away, like what he did to Mustafa Ali in the Royal Rumble. He went to go do a crossbody and Samoa Joe just goes, he just walks away. Yeah.
leaves.
Yeah.
So yeah, this goes on for a while. The regular intervals are quite long in this time. Or predetermined intervals, whatever it is. Anyway, the point is they fight for a while. Pod number 1 to open. It's Kofi Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
Minor, only would bother Graham production quirk was that I wish that when they showed the top down of the lights flashing of whose pod is going to open next, that it didn't highlight Orton's.
Yeah.
Because you know that it's not going to be him.
It's like when they showed us Orton and one other person on the left. It's like, we fucking know. You don't have to show us they're like, ding, 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 ding.
Well,
ding.
it
It's
was, who was it? I actually think it might have been Kofi, but whoever it was that was in the ring between the two pods was like, huh? No,
Yeah.
it was Jeff Hardy, I think it was.
Yeah,
Anyway, someone was standing in the ring looking at oh, is it their pod or is it their pod? And I think one of the commentators was like, well, we know it's not Randy or something like that. And it's like, oops. You get sort of caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
It's like when Macho Man tried to pin somebody in the Royal Rumble, right? Yeah. You start moving on muscle memory. So yeah, Kofi's in the match now. Boy, he's good.
Yeah, Kofi's great.
Just he's moving very nimbly. I like when he gets thrown into a corner but slips through the ropes and does a kick.
Yeah.
I don't know what that move is called.
I don't know, but it's a kick that a lot of people do. Like Finn Balor does that kind of style of kick a lot on the apron.
The Trouble in Paradise is one of his other big moves, which is just like a spinning, it's like a jumping corkscrew.
Yeah.
And I mean, his finisher used to be the boom drop, which is it still called the boom drop? Yes, it is. He just the theatrics are he goes New Day instead of going boom 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 boom, and it's just a leg drop.
I thought the SOS was his finisher. Is that weird?
That's the much cooler looking one.
Yeah, that one looks cool as shit.
Yeah, he grabs the person
It's hard possible to explain.
I don't know. It's like it's the Jamaican Destroyer. It's like it's doing a lot of flipping.
A lot of flippy shit. Will Ospreay is ruining wrestling somewhere. This flippy shit. Him and fucking Ricochet.
That's how.
Do you think they'll shorten Ricochet's name to Rick?
We already have too many Irish people.
Ricochet.
Ricochet, yeah. We've got Sheamus and Becky Lynch, and I don't know. Is Hornswoggle still under contract?
Managed by Fit Funley.
He showed up again.
Yeah.
He showed up to break up the...
There's a Funley sighting.
Yeah, to break up the fight earlier.
This is why like will Aleister Black be changed just to Al? Vince loves shortening names. That's how we got Andrade.
That's so bad. I don't like
How about
it.
big,
Just
how about Big Mean Al?
It doesn't sound as good when you announce them.
Yeah, Al.
Right?
Rick.
It might be Mr. Black.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that sounds a little threatening.
It'll probably just be Alistair, right? But like, ladies and gentlemen, 16-time WWE champion John,
Fuck yeah, John.
right?
How about John Wrestling?
Johnny WrestleNuts.
Jonathan Wrestling. What's that?
Just Johnny WrestleNuts.
Johnny WrestleNuts. Yeah. Jeff Jarrett.
Tom instead of
Tom.
Tommaso. Anyway, we've gone. Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, this match is great, and Kofi Kingston's great. AJ Styles is in next.
Yep.
So far, no
Dan
eliminations.
Bryan is like running away the whole match, basically. It's great.
Oh, yeah,
I loved it. He's like climbing around. He goes up on top of the chamber at one point, one of the pods, and like sits up there.
He's really...
It's before AJ comes in, and Daniel Bryan like climbs up there and just hides from Samoa Joe because he's sick of being chopped.
Daniel Bryan, like, even though he was like running away from other people, but like Daniel Bryan's so smart. Like, it's a weird word to apply to this, but like he's so
Keyed in to what?
clean and quick and precise in his movements.
Yeah. There's no wasted movement.
What he's doing, yeah, it's just
He's a very good wrestler.
really good.
He's very good at telling a story.
Yeah.
He's very good at playing a character, as evident by this new Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
He's just good.
I'm so glad that I'm glad that he's wrestling again, but I'm glad when wrestlers, most of whom are very good at telling these stories, are allowed to tell these stories.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason they're professionals.
Yeah, but you know, the in-ring storytelling, right? Like the stuff that we love, right? Like the working over the one body part so they can't do their finishing maneuver, right? Or like scouting people or doing the, you know, like just the in-ring storytelling rather than just like all the storytelling is in the video packages and then they just slap each other for 5 minutes and someone gets a pinfall.
Yeah.
Is like,
Like when they have a game plan.
yeah.
Which I feel every time I watch Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles,
Yeah.
they all have a game plan. You know, their character has a game plan.
AJ Styles' game plan is that he doesn't like Samoa Joe very much.
Nope.
And
That's
indeed,
what happens when a man fucking threatens to break into your house.
No kidding.
It's like,
And possibly did, like,
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
like-
unclear.
it was implied that he broke into AJ's house.
Yeah. So yeah, AJ eliminates Samoa Joe from the match,
Yeah.
pretty impressively, with a phenomenal forearm. Jeff Hardy is in next,
He's not in it for long.
and yeah, I guess it would be Kingston looking at either Hardy or Orton.
Yeah.
You know, who's gonna enter next?
It's going to be
Well,
Hardy.
it's gonna be Jeff Hardy, who's really creepy. He's got full face paint with the thing that when your eyes are closed, he's got eyes drawn on. Right, so he's like standing there, and there's a shot at the beginning of the match where he's standing there in the pod, and he looks weird because he's got eyes drawn on his eyelids, and then he opens his eyes, and he's wearing whiteout contacts, so it looks even more weird.
Yeah. It's very weird.
Very unsettling. He's
What do they call Jeff Hardy? Something Enigma?
the charismatic enigma.
First of all, can we talk about how fucking stupid that name is?
It's always
That
been
name
bad.
sucks,
It's
yeah.
always been bad.
Charismatic Enigma. So I think Jeff Hardy gets eliminated by Daniel Bryan. Oh yeah, Jeff Hardy hits the Swanton bomb onto AJ Styles.
Yep.
When he's like laying across the corner, like off the pod, onto AJ when he's laying across the turnbuckle.
It's sort of a foregone conclusion that if Jeff Hardy is in an Elimination Chamber match, if Jeff Hardy in gimmick match, then Swanton bomb off object will occur. And in this case, he does a Swanton bomb off the top of one of the pods.
Yeah.
And I do like the new chamber, by the way. It's only like the second or third year we've had it, but
Yeah.
it's nice.
Way better.
It's really, really nice. I
Very
like
easy to see what's going on in the ring
a
too.
lot easier to see what's going on. I like that they don't have the just randomly punishing steel grated floor.
Yeah, that
That
was
just
awful.
sucked for like no added benefit to the viewers. They can still say that it sucks. Like it doesn't have to. I just remember CM Punk posting pictures of like the bloody grate impressions in his leg from being flipped over the thing, and it's like, well, I'm glad that they don't have that now.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, Hardy hits the Swanton Bomb, and then Bryan gets in the ring and does a knee kick and eliminates Jeff
The
Hardy.
running knee.
There's a very contrived superplex
Yeah.
where Bryan puts Styles in the corner and then puts Kingston on the top rope on top of Styles, and then goes to superplex Kingston off the top rope, but then Styles like sits up and hits Bryan with a suplex as well, so it just turns into this like very contrived 3-man flip.
It's a bit much. It was a stretch of the imagination.
It was
for
a
that
little,
one.
it was a little silly, especially because it's Randy Orton time.
Hey kids, it's Randy Orton time.
Hey everybody! I love that. Even in the comments for last episode, someone was like, "Wait, is that why it's called the RKO?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Randall Keith Orton enters the match.
Randall Keith. Randall. Your 14-time WWE champion.
Randall Keith.
Randall Keith.
Well, now it just sounds like it. Now the words just don't have any meaning anymore.
Yeah, it's done.
It's like a D&D character. Randall Keith.
Randall Keith. He's a level 5 ranger whose parents were killed by goblins.
They call him Randall Keith from Candlekeep, and he's here to
good.
DDT you.
Randall Keith from Candlekeep. Fuck, that's good. Oh, that's so good.
I don't know. I just couldn't get. I don't know why that got into my head, but it had to come out. So now you all had to suffer through it.
Do you want Randy or do you want Jeff Hardy's nicknames?
Please.
Yeah.
The charismatic or extreme enigma.
Yeah.
The legend thriller.
Sure.
Okay.
That's a Randy Orton reference.
The rainbow-haired warrior.
Yeah, I remember that one.
The artist.
Okay.
That's
You
from
have to.
TNA.
Sure. Okay.
The best wrestler on planet Earth.
Of course.
Okay.
Citation needed.
Yeah.
The Antichrist of professional wrestling.
That's probably from his early days.
That's TNA.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Well, not his early days, but
The Antichrist of professional wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, it beats the hell out of Jeffro, which was another one that came up when I searched Jeff Hardy nicknames on Google.
Jeffro. That's a good one. Jeffro Tull.
next time I make a D&D campaign, it's going to have a character named Randall Keith and a character named Jeffro.
Yeah. They're going to be bounty hunters whose parents were killed by goblins.
Yeah.
They're going to be brother bounty hunters.
Do you remember like 2 years ago when
I don't know, it was a long time ago.
when AJ goes up for the phenomenal forearm in a match against Randy, and Randy sets up to catch him with an RKO, and then AJ just gets back down off the rope, and Randy like flubs it and misses.
Yeah.
Randy gets his revenge because AJ goes up for the phenomenal forearm on. He's trying to hit it on, I guess, Kofi or Bryan, and Orton just goes whoop and grabs him, and then boop RKO,
Literally out of nowhere.
and eliminates him.
Yeah.
AJ Styles is no longer in the
Literally
match.
1,000 firemen outside the door.
Yeah. And I was glad that they mentioned it because when it gets to Kofi and Randy, and commentary did actually say that there was history between them. 10 years ago, but there was history between them.
10 years.
Pretty
You feel
impressive.
old?
A little.
This is Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston now. Feel old yet?
They don't even look that different.
No, they don't.
Did you notice that there was a thing that I saw that I thought was really, really funny, which is during that feud,
Yeah.
Randy hit Kofi with an RKO, and I can't tell if it was something that was in character of Randy like making fun of Kofi, or if he perceived that something had gone wrong with the move or whatever. But he hit an RKO on Kofi. This was in 2009, and then just started yelling "stupid." He did it like 3 times. He was just like "stupid, stupid, stupid." On the SmackDown following this show, all 6 of the participants in this match were in a 3v3 tag match, and Kofi hits Randy with the Trouble in Paradise and then starts yelling, "Stupid, stupid, stupid."
That's so good.
And it's like, there's your long-term storytelling. That's 10 years!
At 10 years.
10 years!
You can cram walnuts.
I sent you a tweet with a video comparison, by the way, which, a tweet, not from me, that someone else tweeted, but a tweet that Randy Orton saw and liked.
You liked it.
His sense of humor has improved over the years.
Yeah.
And he gets eliminated by Kofi Kingston.
Yep. Stupid.
It's down to just Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Interestingly, both chamber matches, the first 2 participants or teams are also the last 2.
Well, Kofi wasn't the first 2. Samoa Joe.
Then that fun fact that I just said was not correct. You're right. Samoa Joe started.
Yeah, I didn't
Kofi
want
was
you
the-
to get roasted in the YouTube comments. I'm looking
I
out for you.
appreciate it. Thank you. Kofi was the first one out of the pod.
One of those fucking troglodytes talk shit about Graham Stark,
Yeah.
banging away on their keyboards in between scoops of slime from the cave walls.
Is that what they live on?
Yeah.
Cave slime?
Cave slime, like algae.
Oh. Yeah. You could probably sell that to Californians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cave slime and like they feed off of like when people feel good and then they make them feel bad.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Like people who refer to any human interaction as cringe.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard a crowd this excited at
Kofi?
an Elimination Chamber pay-per-view?
For Kofi or just in general?
The crowd is so
to be fair,
excited.
last year everyone was super stoked when Bray Wyatt won.
That's true.
Counterpoint.
That was last year?
Checkmate, atheists.
That can't have been last year.
Yeah, it was last year. Bray Wyatt won the chamber last year.
Okay, now I feel old.
Right? No, 2 years ago.
That would make a little bit more sense.
Because Bray Wyatt lost to Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Remember he had the maggots?
Yeah,
that I
know.
loved and everyone else hated.
I remember that. I do remember that. It's tough to get a pin on it because 2018 took 8 years.
It really
It
did.
was a long year.
I was 28 when that year started. Now look at me.
Now I'm 45.
Yeah, I'm 56.
So yeah, the point is the crowd is very, very, very into this.
Yeah.
They are, yeah, it's really, really good. There's some New Day Rocks chants. He's doing the yes kicks. And people are saying no.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
There's a bit where they just like square up and just sort of stare at one another for a second and just like hold and then just start wailing on one another. They're just like, "Grr, I'm really mad about it. And yeah, there's like, Brian puts Kofi in the label lock and Kofi manages to get to the ropes, which you mentioned earlier. I guess, like it's no...
Because Brian broke the hold immediately.
Yeah.
The second Kofi touched the ropes, Brian was like, okay.
Yeah.
Just that was my only gripe. It's like a minor gripe.
Yeah.
If I'm going to nitpick something.
That's fair. Kingston tries to go for a... Right. Brian blocks it and knocks him into the pod, into the not the glass, but the
plexiglass.
the plexiglass, the Lexan, whatever. It's so close. Kingston's on the roof of the pod, jumps off, Brian gets out of the way, hits him with a knee kick, and Brian wins and retains. But
Is it really a knee kick? It's to be a flying knee, right?
he kneed him in the face.
Yeah.
But I believed. I was like,
Yeah.
I could believe it.
Dude, there was a great tweet by Sami Zayn. He's like, thanks, Kofi and Brian, for making me feel something again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, big mood on that one.
The New Day runs down. There's a huge thank you Kofi chant. They cut this amazing promo. This is a WWE exclusive. It's like 6 minutes long backstage. Like it. Yeah. This match, I was like, I could believe him winning it right now.
Yep.
You know. And that could still happen. It probably won't, but it could still happen because following this and the match, the 3v3 match on SmackDown, Kofi Kingston has a one-on-one championship match against Daniel Bryan at Fastlane.
Yep.
And again,
And
it could happen at
And he
Fastlane.
pinned Daniel Bryan in the 6-man tag match. too.
Yeah.
So.
It could happen at Fastlane. It probably won't, but it could. I don't know.
Why wouldn't you do it at WrestleMania if they're going to do it?
That's the thing, right? Yeah, I don't know what they would do.
What do you do for the storyline? Like, there's been rumors, apparently, that Daniel Bryan will be facing somebody who's coming back or who is currently not on the main roster.
Big Dave?
Oh. Dave. Yeah. Fuck Dave. We're talking about Dave Bautista.
I like Batista.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind him, but I don't.
If he gets to do what he wants to do, because last time he was around, right? They were like, "Oh, it'll be great. You know, you'll win the Rumble, and then you'll go into WrestleMania." And he was like, "That's a bad idea. They won't like that." And they went, "No, it'll be great. Dave, come on, it'll be great." And then they did, and
You're the animal.
nobody liked it, and he was sort of like,
I hate to
told
say I
you.
fucking a toe-to-so, but
Yeah.
I fucking a toe-to-so.
They had that little bit on the SmackDown, the 1000th episode of SmackDown, when they had Evolution
Yeah.
come back together, which was
That was a rumor that match was going to take place.
it was Triple H, Ric Flair, Randy Orton, and Batista was like, yeah, you know, it's great. You know, you've had lots of great matches at WrestleMania, Triple H. I mean, you've never beaten me. And so people were like, Mania match, Triple H versus Batista. But yeah, apparently he's in talks to do like a full-time return.
Really?
He wants to.
Yeah.
He
It's like, I want to wrestle.
yeah, apparently the SmackDown thing, he was like, so SmackDown 1000 is happening in my hometown and they're advertising all these guests and I have not heard a word. And then they did eventually invite him, but you know, he's like, they just don't like him and I don't know why. It's like, really? You guys don't want to get, you know, Dave Batista, he's in Marvel, the very popular movies. You maybe want
Very
to
popular fucking movies.
maybe want to capitalize on that. Anyway, who knows?
When
so
does Avengers come out? May? Is that May this year?
no, it can't be. June?
No, it's like May.
He's also doing Dune.
Oh, he's in the new Dune. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a new Dune?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woof.
I'm excited about it though,
Yeah?
based on the director and cast.
Who's the director?
He's
Not that we're just
Denis Villeneuve,
Yes.
who did Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, sorry, back to the...
Yeah, back to the wrestling.
That's for a different podcast
Yeah.
that doesn't exist.
But things are starting to shape up. WrestleMania
Yeah.
season, baby.
It's the most exciting part of the
We know
year.
we have Ronda Rousey versus somebody.
Yeah.
We know we have...
Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins.
Yes.
And God willing, Seth will win that.
He better.
Yeah. And we have, I don't know, right? Like, does Kofi win at Fastlane and then Daniel Bryan has a non-title match?
No. I don't think Kofi wins at Fastlane. If
think
they're
so
gonna pull the trigger on Kofi winning the title, they have to do it at WrestleMania.
Yeah. I want Becky to win at Mania. I want Seth Rollins to win at Mania. I just want all the stuff that everyone... I'm a simple man. I want what anybody wants. Becky to win at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins to win at WrestleMania. Yeah. Brock Lesnar to fire into the sun. I mean, we talked last episode. I'm okay with Brock Lesnar. I just don't... I want the title to come back on the show so it can be used. We were talking about, you know, it's MacGuffin-based storytelling.
Yeah,
right?
there's no MacGuffin.
No, they're just flailing around
They're
at the top of the
MacGuffin-less.
card going, what do we do? I predict that...
Like that was when Vince comes out and like, this is the magic egg with no universal title. You must fight for the egg.
Fight for the egg and my love. I assume that... I feel like Becky and Sasha are going to have a match with the tag titles at TakeOver, just because that makes sense to me.
Yep.
Because otherwise the WrestleMania card is too big. And they've been teasing NXT people on the main roster, like we said. Tommaso Ciampa and
Ricochet
Johnny
beat-
Gargano.
Ricochet beats Elias.
Yeah,
on
Ricochet
Raw,
and
then
Aleister Black.
Ciampa and Gargano beat the Revival. And then Aleister Black beat somebody on Raw, or no?
Apparently that crowd was miserable.
Oh, really?
Apparently
Well, they weren't that bad. I don't remember them being that
the
bad.
Monday Night Raw crowd.
Yeah, they were.
I don't know. Apparently it was bad. Bubba Ray tweeted, he's like, I've always been one to, whenever someone's like, oh, that crowd was bad, I've always been the one to say, was the crowd bad or were you bad? So believe it when I say, boy, that crowd was bad. Right. Like apparently it was like Revival versus DIY and people were like, yeah. Apparently they just didn't care.
I didn't even think about it. I don't know. I watched that Raw and I was like, oh, they seem fine.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I am going from hearsay and the other word for hearsay.
Yeah. Whatever that is. Can't remember.
Supposition.
Sure. Thanks, Beach.
Thanks, Beach.
Why haven't you always been there?
I don't know.
Because I like to bring up things like, in the next booking, Vince is going to legally adopt somebody.
That I wouldn't be surprised.
I volunteer as tribute. Adopt me, Vince. You don't do it, you coward.
Meet my new large son.
He's from Canada.
It's
cold up there.
Where can we find Vince's new large son on Twitter if we want to talk to him?
At Wake Up Super. And where can we find Vince's less impressive, smaller son Also adopted on Twitter.
I'm still 6'3". I'm at Graham_LRR
He's so small.
on Twitter. Compared to Bobby Lashley, sure.
That's what I picture Vince saying backstage every time he sees like Gargano or Ciampa. Like, you know, when they showed up at he's probably like, they're so tiny.
I could probably
How
fit
can we
inside.
take them seriously?
I could probably fit inside Lashley like an exoskeleton.
Yeah. It's like in Aliens.
If you made something Lashley sized out of fiberglass, I could probably fit entirely inside it. It'd look more like Samus. With the big, she's got the big round shoulders, like Lashley. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to your cosplay.
yeah. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Bobby Lashley as a Zero suit, or as a suit of Samus armor. Okay, yeah, we can dig it.
I think there's a variety of other problems with me dressing up like Bobby Lashley, so I just probably won't.
Yeah, probably not.
And this show, if you're still with it, and everything else that we do are brought to you by you and your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun.
Yeah.
If you're not listening to an audio version, you want to listen to an audio-only version, you can find those links at loadingreadyrun.com. Until next time, thanks very so much to Beej for sitting here on tech, and to Ben for editing it. Always does a great job. And thanks always to you for listening.
Yeah. Also, a gentle reminder, if you are a Patreon,
Oh yeah,
update your mailing address.
yeah.
Because we are sending out things.
Those should be going out fairly soon. We're working. Turns out there's a lot of you, and we are investigating the logistics of having somebody else do it so that it happens in a timely manner.
That's at the $10 or above level.
Yes, exactly. Yes, thank you.
$10 or above.
Yeah. So that's it for now for this, and we'll be back to talk to you again after Fastlane. That's the sound it makes. Actually, the sound it makes is a terrible, terrible original rap that they play during the Fastlane promos that I don't want to inflict on you. So just trust that it's bad, and we'll see you at Fastlane.
Bye.
Bye.